Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to Prison Architect. So, a number of you have been asking me to play this for quite a while, and I simply wasn't getting around to it, but it just so happens that on my birthday, about a week ago, end of December, my brother Ian sent me this game. So for those of you who've been asking me over and over again to play this game, you can thank my brother Ian for sending me a copy. And I did get around to checking it out. I've played a couple hours just to kind of get an idea for the controls. I kept kind of starting, I think I started like 5 new prisons, so I really didn't get very far. I was just trying to get an overall idea of how the controls work and what all of the items were and everything. But once I got into that and just that, even that little bit, I was discovering that you guys are right. This is a very fun game. So I do plan on playing quite a bit of this. We're going to go ahead and hit the space bar, let the time continue, and bring in our workers. But yeah, so this is a very interesting game. For those of you who don't know a whole lot about it, it's pretty straightforward. You are building a large prison. You've got a lot of things to consider, including the needs and desires of the prisoners. And you don't want them going all crazy and starting a riot, so you've got to kind of make sure that they're set up and things are running as efficiently as possible. I will tell you right now that there are going to be a number of ways in which I fail at this game. There's going to be some poorly laid out rooms, some mistakes. There's even some bugs. I have run into some bugs with some of the pathfinding and some of the walls and things like that. But do bear in mind that this is an early alpha version of this game. Right now this is currently the alpha 16 build, I believe. And yeah, so as we see any issues, just do keep that in mind. They're still working on this thing, and they're regularly putting out updates. In fact, I think they're doing it every month or so, doing an update. So I think I saw a video and they said alpha 15, which meant it had been 15 months or something they'd been working on it. But anyway, we've got all these supplies coming in. I'm talking way too much. We got to go to foundations here, as we will for any building that we're doing. We got to lay down a foundation. And one of the first things we need for our prisoners is a holding cell. We need a place for them to kind of go when they arrive. We're going to go ahead and hit spacebar, pause the time here, and find ourselves a door. I think this jail door. We'll put it right up front. Basically, they are going to be delivered here from the road, so this way they can be escorted right into this holding cell. So once again, I've kind of highlighted an area for our foundation. Just imagine that being a floor, just a large floor, and it automatically puts walls all the way around. That's why they want you to put a door in right away. And we're going to do the same over here, because we need offices for our workers, for our staff anyway. So if I do a 6x6, that accounts right in the darker green area for a 4x4 area, which is the size, the minimum size of an office. So we've got 6. Because we're accounting for this wall, we need about 5 more. So if we go to 11, that would be 2 offices. 16 would be 3 offices. And I think we'll just start there. We'll go 1 wide for a hallway, and then the 1 more for an outer wall. Something like that. And then for this, we just need a staff door. These guys can use a staff door. And then what we'll do is we'll run a wall right up here with a, you know, a door here, and then we'll do we'll do wall and a door, wall and a door, so we can have 3 offices here on the left side. So let's see. The next thing we need to do, what do you need when you have an office and buildings? You need power and water. So we've got this utilities section here. We can place down a power station and a water pump. So it's going to be very important. We're going to go ahead and drop that here. Drop this here. Now, from some screenshots of some really large prisons I've seen, you can get by with a really large prison and still only have like maybe 2 power supplies and 1 water, or maybe it was 2 water and 1 power, because you can add these capacitors to the side which add more power. So I've seen the power put down with capacitors wrapped around the whole thing. So apparently that provides quite a bit of power. So let's see, now we need to connect these with some cable. We're going to connect to the pump to make sure it has power. And then we're going to run some power here and down to this building. As far as the water goes, we need to run a large pipe. If we run a small one, we would lose pressure. We're just going to run it to here. And then I'm going to run a small pipe just a few over probably, because we need toilets in here. So, and we don't need water for the office. I'm pretty sure we don't need a toilet over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit spacebar. We'll get time rolling here again. In fact, let's go ahead and speed this up a bit. We'll really speed it up. You see them furiously running goods all over the place. So we're going to need up ending to put in some other places in here, including a yard, a shower. We need to feed them, so they need a place to eat, and of course a kitchen to make the food. So these are some of the first things we're going to put in. Okay, let's slow down time a bit here. We're getting close. We need to designate this area down here as a holding cell. So just like SimCity, we're going to highlight the area, and that's what it's going to be. Once this top one's done, we'll do the same thing, but we'll designate 3 different offices. Plus, I'll have to throw in some walls in here as dividers. So let's go ahead and pause this. So you can see it throws the outside walls up, but we need some interiors. So let's go here and get a brick wall. And let's see, these had to be 4, so something like this. And is that right? Something like that? Yeah. And then we'll do that this way. So there, those will be our 3 offices right there. Let's go ahead and start this up again. And we said we needed a toilet. We were going to do 2. Now I know that the stuff is here, but I can look again by going into the utility. I can even place the toilets. I think I can place them. Okay, it actually comes out of that view. But we know where those pipes are going to be. So we're going to go ahead and put one here and one there. Take one more peek. Yeah. You can see the outline of the toilets in there. So we need some power for the lights. Once you get power close enough, there's kind of an area that it covers, so I think this will be good. This room does require a bench of us, so let's go ahead and do that. Boom, we have power. Bench. So I think we'll go ahead and actually put 2 in here. So one of the things you have to consider is the time in which it takes to make some of these buildings. When you have prisoners running around and they have needs, you've got some time. It's going to take some time to get those things made. So you're trying to kind of anticipate some of those needs, kind of seeing growth and saying, well, you know, I'm going to need more cells, so I'm going to start doing that right now. Now, let's see, we're going to pause time. I think we'll throw a capacitor or 3 up here. We're going to need that. And you can see that our money's getting a little bit low. So one of the things I forgot to do is we can go into this reports here. And there are grants. And there's a number of things you can earn money for right away. And so one of those is to make a basic detention center. That's cool. Let's go ahead and do that. So that gave us 40,000. And then we've got one to make an admin facility. So we'll take that. They've got these other guys here in the one of the videos I was watching somebody had. They said they held off on doing these until later. So I haven't really read through a lot of that stuff or considered that yet. But for now, we'll just leave them be. So we definitely have some more money now. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and make these offices as we need to do. We're going to go ahead and highlight each one of these. Now this is something I only recently discovered with the cells. I actually dragged out, I made all these little individual cells, and then I dragged out the entire building with that cell material, just as I did with the office. Turns out that's a mistake. It thinks it's one cell. So you got to individually kind of highlight these areas in order for that to work. So we've got the hazard kind of icon here. Mouse over it and tells us that we need an office desk, a chair, and a filing cabinet for those to be complete. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got filing cabinets here. 1, 2, 3. And the desk is here. Let's see. I don't think it matters which way it's rotated, but I thought, yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we need a chair. 1 and 2 and 3. So those will be good once those get put in. You can see out here, and we've got kind of chairs lining up and everything, so they're bringing those in and getting them set up. That's cool. And top left, you can see we have 18 hours until prisoners arrive. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause the clock. And one of the things I have not done, I only just discovered it as I was kind of like exiting the last game, my last kind of practice game. I was like, oh, that's cool. You can kind of manage this stuff. And now I'm trying to think of where that went. And some of these aren't available because I don't have the warden, so I guess we're going to have to wait. But you can actually decide what kind of prisoners. Here we go. So right now we're willing to take normal risk prisoners. This is open right now, and that's what it says top left here, that we've got 8 arriving. You can actually close these, and then you would not have any coming in. But of course we want that open, and what I think I'm going to do, which I have not done yet, is leave this open until I get the first 8, then close it and accept no new prisoners until I kind of get things squared away. What I didn't know in my earlier runs was that you could do that kind of thing, and so I had a regular flow of prisoners coming in, and they were just filling the holding cells. I wasn't making the cells fast enough because I was trying to get everything figured out, and yeah, things didn't go well. It was a bloody mess. We had a little bit of rioting and some injuries to my officers or my guards, so yeah, didn't go so well. But speaking of needing the warden and everything, I think we can go ahead and do this now. We'll go ahead and drop him in this office. And let's see. We need guards, but not just yet. Oh, the cooks. Let's go ahead and pause this because we need to get that building going. Let's see. I think we're going to... We'll go foundation here. So we're going to have a building kind of coming off of this. And in one of my builds that I was kind of practicing with, my kitchen was much too small. They were just getting flooded with stuff. So we're going to make the canteen area a little bit larger too. And let's see, this will be the kitchen area. Now, of course, these are all just going to blend into one kind of area, but I'm just kind of considering how this is going to go. And this can be pretty open as far as doors go. We'll just go ahead and drop a standard door here. And I think we'll even do one over here as well. I'm not really sure how we're going to do this out here, but let's go ahead and get this started again. Now, I already know that I'm going to need water here, so let's do that. Let's see. Let's take a large pipe, something like this. And we'll do small. And then we have to run electricity. So there's some things that we're going to put down, cookers and stuff, that actually require being connected directly to this, essentially this main line. These thin ones go out to lights automatically. So whenever you do kind of an area, it'll automatically put the lights, and then those will connect if they're close enough to the main power. But there's some items, it seems, they need to be connected directly to the main line. So, and that includes the things we need to run the kitchen, the cooker, etc. So right now we can actually, because this is kind of set up here, we can go ahead and do this. Canteen. That's what this is going to be. And it tells us we need serving table, a table, and a bench. So let's do that. Serving table we'll actually use as kind of our divider between that and the kitchen. And we need a bench. We'll just put that... Let's see, what did it say? A table and a bench. We'll do 2 benches. And here's a table. And we'll do one here. Okay, we're going to pause time real quick. Now we're going to go ahead and build what we need for the kitchen, which is a... Actually, you know what? Let's do the room part of that first. Kitchen. Looks like a lot of kitchen here. Let's see. I'll do that. This was actually supposed to be canteen here. There we go. Jump back to our objects. Now let's go ahead and put those things in. We have a cooker. We have a fridge. And it says what? Oh, a sink. And a sink. Which we will... Is there enough room to do this? What's he building there? Looks like we do have enough room. Cool. Go ahead and start time. Okay, he was putting in small pipe. Cool. I thought I might be obstructing something, but that was not the case. So as you can see, the workers actually have to get around everything as well. So they're kind of going over the top in the door here, moving around. So again, I've only done a couple quick prisons, just the early stages each time. And there's a lot to consider. There's a lot of things to consider as far as, especially with the workers, I think, because you've got such a big area, and if you're doing stuff way out here, not only is it going to take a while just to kind of build it, to get the materials and build it, but that's a long way for them to go as well. So anyway, could be, I just can't imagine. It's got to be pretty crazy building the really large ones. I'm sure some of you guys have built some massive prisons. Okay, so let's see. We're bringing in the goods. We've got this stuff just about going. Yeah, this stuff is going to be done. It's telling me I have an electric problem here. Okay, it's just out of reach. So if we bring this guy over, we'll probably cover it. Cool. Well, we're just getting things set up here, and I think, let's see, you've got the list over here on the left, so it says that we need to hire 2 guards, we need to hire 2 chefs. We do have the kitchen set up, so let's go ahead and hire that staff. We've got a cook, and we'll do another cook, and it says at least 2. Let's do 3. Yeah, that'll work. And then 2 guards, so we'll go ahead and just kind of stand them out here. Now they'll roam around. You can't really designate them to an area. I noticed because there is a, as part of the bureaucracy, you can, actually that's one of the things you can do, is deployment here. So these are kind of upgrades you can get. So with the warden, we can do different things. We can unlock a finance person, or the finance, which lets us get an accountant. We're going to need that pretty quickly as well. So let's get the, well, we don't even, yes we do have the warden. So let's go back in here and research that. If I recall correctly, that was kind of one of the big things you want to do first. So he's going to research that. I think you can even zoom in here and see, yeah, it says researching finance. So once he does that, we can get an accountant. The accountant can take this office. And I think the next person you hire for the office is the chief. There's probably somebody else you could hire that needs an office as well, but that was the next one that I ended up doing. Okay, so we are pretty well underway. Now we've got the main power supply here and 3 capacitors, so it's kind of 4 units, so it divides it into these kind of 4 sections. Pretty interesting. And you can see that the power consumption is obviously a lot lower because we have the capacity for more power here, so we are looking pretty good. I think at this point we're just gonna wait for these guys to come in. Well, that probably won't be the only thing. We'll probably get some other stuff set up in here, including cells and a yard. But I think in the meantime, we're just going to kind of take a peek around and consider where we're at. Okay, I've got some things laid out here. If I zoom in, you can see that I've decided to put down a stone floor as kind of an entryway here, just because why not? It was like $600, plenty of money. Now this building up here is going to be for storage, and I think it'll act as a good access point for my workers to kind of walk through this area and do anything. And then this area will be kind of central to everything, and we probably won't end up doing all of this here. We're gonna try and do a somewhat smaller prison, and I don't know, maybe we'll add on to it later, but we want to start with humble beginnings. So we got workers building up this storage area. That'll be sweet. And I think I actually want to get started on some of the cell blocks, or at least an initial cell block. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Now, cells need to have the size of space that you see in this dark green area, 2 by 3. So with that in mind, if I want to have a hallway, I need 1 more, and then to account for the other wall, we do that one. And this would make it pretty thin. I like the idea of it just being as thick as this other building, but I don't know. You save a little bit by not. Stingy Weem is stingy. So this would be a cell, 2 more for a cell and its wall, 2 more for a cell and its wall. You can see we're just kind of going up by 3 here. So 3, so 13, 16, 19, 21. Let's go to 24. We'll leave it at that. And then we need a door for that. Let's see. Jail door. We'll kind of do one here, and I think we'll do one on the other end. Then what we'll do is run a wall right down this part, and every once in a while there will be a cell door. And this second row will basically be the hallway. So let's see, we're going to pause time. We have cells that are going to be in here that are going to need toilets, and we're going to need electricity as well. So let's get that kind of started as well. Let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll run this pipe down what will essentially be the hallway. And then we can use this to carry over to any further structures as well. I think we'll... Let's see, if we know the wall is going to be here, so we could decide right now that the toilet is going to be like right there. So this will be the, right here will be the cell door. This will be wall, 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 and a toilet probably here, so something like that. And then we're just going to need to do that every 2 spaces. It should, if my spatial reasoning does not fail me, should get us what we want. And then with the electricity, we are just going to, I think we're just going to end up dragging it right down the middle here. Stop there. So I think that'll reach out to the end. Cool, so we'll let them get started on that. Yeah, I think we are in a good spot. Now looking at our list, we do need a yard and a shower. So essentially the yard could be this area that is directly above our cell here. You know, maybe this could be our yard. It could even extend all the way up. That might not be a good idea with this staff door here. I don't know. This is a pretty big yard area. But I think it said for the yard you only need, it was a pretty small minimum, 5 by 5. So this area is definitely big enough. I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and get started on what will be the showers here. Game is auto-saving. There we go. So we don't need a lot of space for the showers, but I think we'll go ahead and plan for it anyway. One of the things I found I had a problem with before was that I would kind of make these things small. Oh, I'll do the small shower, and then it ended up being surrounded in a bunch of stuff, and it's almost like I had to make a second shower. So anyway, we'll go ahead and do that, and I think I'll pause time. Let's take a peek here. Doors. I'm actually kind of curious if you can do something instead of the wall, because right now on the outer edge you put up a door. It kind of wants you to do a door, but I'm kind of thinking, well, what if I just want it to be wide open? Can I do that? Can I like just place that? No, it's red. Interesting. Okay, well I guess we'll just do doorway. Is there any kind of like just opening? There's a road gate, windows, large doors. Yeah, we'll just stick with regular doors, I guess, and I think we'll just go one on each side. You might be able to take the walls down once they go up. That's probably the way to go. In fact, I know, we'll go ahead and start time. I know you can actually demolish walls, so that may be something you do after the fact to kind of open up. I saw in a screenshot some people had showers where there really weren't many walls. It was just kind of a wide open area. So anyway, we've got showers, we'll be here, cells, we'll have a yard. We will need to close this in, but I think we'll end up closing it in with maybe some more cells. Probably be the way to go. Right now I'm only accounting for, what do we have, 5 cells there? And we have 8 prisoners coming, so we definitely need more. And they can stay in the holding cell for a little bit, but I think they get a little bit antsy. They want their own bed. They want their own place to store things. Things of that nature. So maybe that's what we'll... Maybe we'll continue this. Obviously I ended it with a wall here, but we could have kind of a second... in fact, we could just build another one right behind it. Let's think about that. We definitely need to designate a yard area, and I think I can go ahead and do that just right now. We can just kind of highlight this area. That's the yard. It does have to be closed in. That's what we're getting our warning there. It needs to have a wall here, and then we'll have to close off the front too. Okay. Time is running down. We are at 10 hours. They're going to be here in the morning. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get the front kind of set up. We're going to block off the yard, I should say. I'm not going to put anything right up here. What we're going to do is we're going to handle that here. And then get a jail door. Cool. So this, along with whatever we do out here, will end up closing in the yard. Let's see. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this, I think. This is going to be... we want it 3 deep. 1, 2, 3. The blank space between where the 25-meter mark is, that will be essentially our hallway, I think. We may close that in. So that should be enough. It's probably an uneven number of cells based on having a certain width. One of them might be 3 wide, but that's okay. What can you do? Okay, so you can see they've got this area now designated as complete as far as foundation goes. Let's get some walls in here to close in our prisoners. So let's see, something like this. These are 2 wide, and I just did that 3 wide. That's not what I wanted. Bad weem. Okay, here to there to there. I think I was counting these as 3 wide before when I said there was 5. We may actually get more in here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, do we really have 8? 3, 4. We have 8. Oh, excellent. Put these walls in, and then we can drop a cell door, or jail door. Okay, cool. Go ahead and start the timer again. So this will give us some more cells. I'm not really sure. You know what? Let's go ahead and pause this. I'm not sure I like this. Now that I know that we've got what we need, I may just do a wall right down here for now. Let's do that. Because a wall we can kind of punch a door in and figure stuff out later. I really didn't like the way that was kind of getting laid out. Cool. Let's see, we've got an electricity problem in the storage room. In fact, we need to designate that as storage area. We also need to designate this as shower area. We can go ahead and do that right now. The cells we want to wait till the walls are up. We could start designating them now, but no need. So let's see, we've got... Where's our shower head at? I always miss this. There it is. Let's just do 3 of these for now. And there is a drain because you'll lose... Sometimes these flood or they get damaged. I actually noticed that a toilet got damaged and you can actually click on it and hit repair. And otherwise that thing floods like crazy. Okay, let's take care of this electricity problem. Should be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna... let's just jump from here because I think that will cover it versus coming up and then going over. We're gonna need water for the shower. That's unfortunate. We have to run some pipe, heavy pipe, to the wall. We're just gonna stick in the walls here. We'll probably have a need for this over on this end anyway, so I think just running it to here, it's gonna connect to those anyway, so we don't have to worry about doing any small pipes. Okay, let's go ahead and jam time forward here a bit because we're pretty set. We do need to designate these as cells and also put in the proper, we need a bed and a toilet for each one, but so we may end up slowing down time, but we've got a number of hours to do this, and so we'll just try to be quick about it. Let's see, rotate the bed, we'll just put these against the wall. And the toilets, which we decided were going to be here. Let's go ahead and look here first. Okay, yes, against the left wall. And we will rotate them like so. Toilet right next to the bed. You can just sit right up in bed and do your thing. Cool, so they're running in, putting in their stuff. We got the shower designated. The water is saying it's not hooked up yet. They're building the pipe. No, they're not doing the pipes yet. They better get on it. Still short on that electricity too. Probably bringing in those materials. Now I don't know if deliveries like aren't made at night. That's entirely possible. It's not something I've ever kept an eye on. But I don't see any of the material that they need out here. And they just seem to be roaming around. It's almost like he's out here. Where'd the truck go? Did he get lost? Where's our material? Maybe they crashed. Yeah, we may have to wait till morning. I'm not entirely sure on that. Okay, let's back this out. The sun is starting to come up. No trucks coming in. Our prisoners are going to be here in 2 hours. 2 hours. There's no need to slow down time. I've already got the plans laid down where I want the stuff to be made, but come on guys, let's get this going. I don't think it has anything to do with this corner piece. I've done these through walls before, but I'm a little bit panicked. Let's go ahead and hit the space bar, stop the clock. That's not what I wanted to click. Go to utilities. So I don't know why that would be a problem right there. As far as the electricity goes, but we're not going to wait around just in case. We're going to go ahead and do something like that and see if that helps. We'll go ahead and right click those. We're just going to kill those. Not even going to mess with it. So we've got, okay, so this corner piece is proving to be a problem as well. So we're going to just kind of dance around that a bit and kill these if possible. Okay, those are just like caps to those ends. And we'll go ahead and start time here. We'll go ahead and speed it up. Why not? Let's see, we wanted a storage room. There's our storage. It's auto-saving. We had a little bit of a pause there. So this is storage. I'm not sure it matters if I designate this kind of sliver right here. I think we'll just leave it for now. So they're bringing the electricity in. Missing one. Oh, they're blocked in there. Okay, pause time. I thought, oh yeah, and then I'll put a door so they can get in there and get to the power, and then I never did that. Dope. There's a guy inside here, though. Okay, we'll put that in the storage room. Somebody get a door for this man. Okay, we are ticking down. Wait a second, 23 hours? Did I? Oh, there they are. I was like 23 hours for prisoners. So this is the deal too. We're going to go ahead and pause this. We're going to bring the reports up. And where was it? Prisoners. We're going to close this. So yes, we are closed to new inmates. Sounds good to me. We're going to just kind of start here. So we're back on timer. Let's go to the normal speed here for just a second. I want to see if this kind of gets cleared up. They did get the door in. Cool. And if we go to utilities, water is flowing, but is not coming to those. So apparently we do have to put in the small pipes right here. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Welcome to our prison, prisoners. This guy's got to go to the bathroom apparently. So our guards are going to come in here automatically. They're going to kind of cuff these guys and bring them right into the holding cell. At least, oh, we've got cells. Right. We made the cells, so they're actually going to bring them into those, it looks like. That's cool. So I made a holding cell and probably didn't need it, but that's okay. Next time around, we can kind of start there. Let's see, we're missing some electricity here. Although I don't know why. It looks like it's got electricity to me, so we'll let that go. Maybe that'll resolve itself in time. But yeah, we got a pretty good start going here. We've got our first inmates arriving. They're being placed into their cells, their very own cells. This guy, I guess we're gonna watch him go to the bathroom. He's being hygienic. But yeah, we'll get everybody sorted out. They'll probably need to eat some food, shower and everything. And I think once things get settled down a bit, we'll look at getting a second wing going and bringing in some more prisoners for this place. Gotta make the money somehow, right?